question.
Minister Muhammad, people label the new Black Panther Party as a hate group. Why do they do that?
Well, because we're the strongest organization in the United States of America today. We are uncompromising, and we will not sell our souls for money. We are standing on the principle of justice, freedom, equity, and our fair share like any other people. And because of that, we're a target of the forces that want to continue to keep the misery and pain going on in the black community, because it profits to see black people divided, self-destructing, and full of self-hatred.
Is the message that you spoke here in Waycross the type of message that you give wherever you go in the United States of America?
Yes, sir, definitely. At this present time, I'm being nominated as one of 3 finalists to lead the new Black Panther Party. Our national chairman, attorney Dr. G.B.R, would be stepping down, and he would be an administrative role as well as head the new Ministry of Law, which would deal with police brutality, it would deal with discrimination and all the ills that affect the black community. Yes.
Can you educate us? Because many of us, including myself, are ignorant. What is the short definition? What is the difference between the old Black Panther Party and the new Black Panther Party?
Well, the old Black Panther Party, they started out wonderful. They did an incredible job, but then later on they got involved with some criminal activity. The new Black Panther Party is based on African principles. A love of ourselves, a knowledge of ourselves, unity, doing for ourselves like any other people. We're not relying on government handouts and benevolent white organizations, because when they donate to your organization, then they want to dictate the terms on what you can say, what you can do, and how you can become involved.
All civil rights organizations, when they have their gathering, the first thing they ask you is what the membership dues. Where can you join? Why they want you? Why do you all advertise for membership? Number one.
Yes, you can go to the newblackpantherparty.org. We have a website where you can donate, where you can fill out your application, or whatever information you would desire to have. You can go on to newblackpantherparty.org. We also have another organization called Black Power Movement, which is for people who don't want to be Black Panthers, but that would like to be involved and support the organization and participate. So we have 2 separate groups.
My second to the last question is this. What in history is recorded in terms of the new Black Panther Party or the old Black Panther Party hating, killing, lynching, or mistreating or taking away the rights of another human being that God allowed to come from his mother's womb?
The original Black Panther Party was founded to deal with police brutality, because the police back in the 1950s, 60s, and beyond was running rampant through the black community. So the original Panther Party was formed to counteract police brutality. And the new Black Panther Party came into existence in the year 1989 by one by the name of Aaron Michaels, and later on Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, who made his transition in Marietta, Georgia, who was the former national spokesman for the Nation of Islam, and Minister Louis Farrakhan was elected as the national chairman, and he built the new Black Panther Party from maybe 2 cities up until 74 chapters throughout the United States and all over the world. And after he made a transition back to God and the ancestors, Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz took over, and so the new Black Panther Party in the last few years have become very prominent in the media, but well misunderstood that we are not a hate group. We are about justice and what's right for our people, unity, love, self-education, economic development.
And this is my last question. They may have some more, but this is my very last question. Why did the old and the new Black Panther Party choose the panther as their symbol?
The panther is the most beautiful creature of God. It is a very mysterious animal. You never see the panther doing his work in the daytime. It's always at night. The panther represents strength, grace, beauty. It's very humble. And so our organization is the same way. If people would just break down the barrier and sit down and communicate with us, you all will find out we're just as sincere, committed to the liberation of the black nation and to the indigenous people of the planet Earth.
Thank you, my brother, and I want you to know that I'm not ashamed to shake hands with the Black Panther member or leader. The reason I do it is because too often in my life, I have let others tell me who my friends should be or should not be. And so I stopped hating the Muslim. I stopped hating the Jew. I stopped hating the Hindu. I stopped hating you too. And I transformed all of that into the real love of all religions of the world. I don't have time to hate. I just want to regulate the same love that Jesus had, and that is to love my neighbor as I want my neighbor to love me.
So anybody have any questions? Feel free to come forward and I'll try to answer to the best of my ability.
I have a question for Mr. Ryan. What is your site again that we can go on and watch this?
My site is Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. If you got anywhere overseas, people in the armed forces, Germany, Japan, Russia, they are looking at my site. The reason they are looking at my site is because today marks the 149th day that the Lowndes County Sheriff Department and the Lowndes County School Superintendent, where KJ died, they banned me. I can't go on no Lowndes County school property. And guess what? I haven't done nothing. I didn't violate no law. I'm an upright man and good looking. Now you may ask me, why am I saying I'm good looking? Because God don't make ugly. And so, but they did this because of this little camera that I got. I have it. Don't let me tell you about it. Google it. I usually have some DVDs, but I don't have it. Thank you, my beautiful sister.
Boston what now?
Boston G.B.R. Now look, if you can't think of all that, and if you're drunk today, when you get sober, just Google deaths in the Lowndes County jail and my stuff gonna come up. Because we are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. That's right. And ain't nobody talking about it. We had a 14-year-old girl tackled by a Lowndes County Sheriff deputy, and she was knocked to the ground. She went to the ground, and the sheriff said that she struck a teacher. The teacher gave the mother, Chandler Watkins, 2 letters saying that the girl never even touched the teacher. Then they didn't drop the charges. They still had to go to court. And believe it or not, they lost in court. I'm telling y'all, we better wake up, y'all. And let me say something to you. I don't care if they are Muslim or Jew or Hindu or just you. We got to start loving across this religious foolishness that they have allowed to separate us.
That's right.
We are all in the same boat today. And if there's no water around the boat, guess what? We ain't sinking, there ain't no water in it. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Now I'm getting right back. Look. Boston G.B.R. Thank you, sister. Please, and hit me up. That ain't all, y'all. I can tell y'all, I retired military. I did 21 years in the armed forces. Yet they gonna do that to me because I exercise my rights to do what needs to be done. If I lost a daily time, won't tell my story. Y'all gonna see what the real truth is. As Paul Harvey would say, now you got the rest of it.
That's right. So anybody like to present any questions about G.B.R? Any questions? Any questions?
How y'all doing?
How you doing, brother?
Look, bro, I just came down here last year from Pennsylvania, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, I was born back in the 50s.
That's right.
I've seen a lot of things go on around here, whatever, and all over the place, different places. But you know what, bro? My father was born back in 1877.
Wow.
He died in 63. You know, got my mama pregnant when he was about 70-something, you know.
Yes, sir.
My sister, I'm 2 years older than her. But I came down here last year, and you know what, bro? I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Right.
Black Panther, no Black Panther, whoever you are. We all God people.
That's right.
And you see what the world is coming to right now. I'm talking about in the United States of America. You see what the really is going on.
Yes, sir.
But people don't want to see that. Get high, crack, or whatever. That's taking all our brothers and sisters down. That's already.
Right. Yes, sir.
We can see that. You can walk down the street and see something walking down the street knowing what time it is.
That's right.
But brother, it's getting worse. I hate to say this, bro. I asked myself, I made a mistake back in 1987.
Right.
I did 18 years straight up in Pennsylvania when they had that riot at Camp Hill. I seen it all. I seen things y'all don't even realize what's going on. But hey, but I asked God, and you know God stuck by me all the way.
That's right.
4 years, I'm free, on no parole or nothing. I'm me. Yes, I go where I want to go. I have my own car. I don't have to worry about nothing because God blessed me with things.
Yes,
but you know what? I was back down yonder talking to guys, and I heard y'all talking. I said, I'm gonna come up here. And that's where I'm at now.
Right.
But you know what? People's in the field got the food, got to come to the stores and stuff like that. Crops, milk and stuff have to come from the farm. So if they stop everything, how are we gonna survive? Number one, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you can take it or you can believe it or not. But this world, the country is so big, God gave us so blessing in the world.
That's right.
And you know what happened to us, don't you? If you got good police officers, you got bad police officers.
That's right.
I've seen it all. And the good police officer and the bad police officer, then the good police, you know, 9 out of 10, they gonna agree with their own camp, even though they good police officers.
Right.
They'll try to do their best.
Yes.
But the devil's always working.
That's right.
I'm gonna say one thing, and this on everything I love, even my mother dead and gone. I made a mistake in my life. I ask God forgive me.
That's right.
And even all the time, wrong or no wrong, I made a mistake. And like ain't nobody in this world perfect.
That's right.
But God.
Thank you.
Without him, we ain't nothing.
Of course.
You can do this, you can say that, but let me tell you one thing. This country, the way it's going on now, it's going all the way down.
Of course.
If our people, black or white, green or blue, don't straight up get their act together, it ain't gonna be nobody.
That's right.
Amen.
Now that's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you, brother.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Anybody else have questions?
Will y'all continue to come and support the movement?
Of course, sister. I want to build the alliance with the ministers and the black leadership and the black community. That's our job, to build alliances and unite and work with our people, because through unity, love, and knowledge, we will bring about a change. It is written in the scriptures, and God is not a liar. He said that I will come for my people, and I will take them and build a new Jerusalem. So we know that God's words is indeed true, and we also know that everything that is taking place is by his will and permission.
Anything else?
Any other questions?
Excuse me. I
Yes,
want to know what procedures you think we need to go through as far as the communities that everybody ain't going to be able to get to.
But we must unite, brother. We must come together like no weapon ever before. According to a wise man, he said unity is something that black people have not properly tried and put into practice. We have tried everything else, and it has been deemed a failure. And so now all we have is God and unity. And when we unite, brother, all the things that we desire, all the freedoms that we want, it will be given to us by our Father. And so that is what we're calling on our people to do. Put down their religious labels, political, social, economic, educational degrees, and unite, because all nations of the earth, they unite, brother. They come together, and that's what we have to do. And when we unite, brother, it'll be like an atomic bomb. Yes, sir.
That's it?
That's it, everybody?
Well, listen, I want to say something before y'all go. Now, everyone knows and I said I wasn't going to do this, but it's just on my mind. I guess you could say it's on my spirit. George, you want to get this? I guess you could say it's on my spirit. I want you to look around, because I contacted the NAACP. Years ago, I was the League of Redress chairperson
for the NAACP. And as I uncovered inside people stealing money from the local branches, and I'm not talking about here, but the Pierce County branch, and I challenged them through the national office. And because I put it in the paper of what was going on, how they were stealing money from the people and not doing anything, the national officer suspended my membership, and currently now is in federal court with a litigation lawsuit against them. So I'm not going to speak bad about them, but I just want to ask you, where's your president for Waycross branch NAACP, Larry Lockett, the district coordinator? Now, I called him about this situation. Then he said they got procedures and all this they got to do. I said the police got procedures too, but they still killed a man. Where are you at? But yet y'all will go around in NAACP and ask for $30. But I'm going to tell you this here. You tell the NAACP, any one of them, they ask you, what do I get for $30 when I join the NAACP? Because I'm telling you now, I've been on the battlefield with the state presidents, and I've been on it. That's why I started the Justice League United, because the NAACP is lacking. There's no excuse for Larry Lockett not to be here when this parent, this boy's in the, these families going to bury their son. And I'm definitely going to have another talk with him because he should have been here. And this is why people don't respect him. But as a member of the NAACP, everybody comes to me and first thing they say, oh, Larry Lockett ain't going to do nothing. Like I said, 15, maybe 20 minutes after this shooting, someone called me. I was there on the scene, making sure the police know that someone knows what's going on. Someone knows the law and the procedures, and you will be held accountable for. Lieutenant Gregory Young, on Reed Street, they tried to sneak the body out to Highsmith Street. So when I found out what they was doing, I went around to the back. They came to the path. Lieutenant Young told me to leave the street, that I can't be here. I said, listen, you don't have the authority to tell me they leave a public access road. Well, if you don't leave, you'll be arrested. That's why I tell you what, Lieutenant, try it. Because there will be another body today if you lay hands on me. Because the law clearly says I have a right to videotape any performance of a public official. I have the right to videotape you in the performance of your duty as long as I'm not interfering with your duties, immediate duties. The crime scene was 88 feet on the other street. So you had no jurisdiction to tell me nothing. And I say this today, and I say it all the time, saying, if the police touch me, I promise you, you better be right, because I'm going to touch them back. With that said, y'all have a nice day. Thank y'all for coming out. Spread the word, because I will be doing this again. I believe if we talk enough, get it out there, and listen, look around you. We have a lot of older people here. We got to get to the youth, children, because this is what they're doing. The Trayvon Martin, they find out that all of us gonna die off. We gonna die off. But if they kill the youth and put the other half in jail, then there's nothing to come up. There's nothing to come behind us leaders. So we need to start getting our children, nieces, nephews, cousins, getting them to come to this here. 14 and 15-year-old, like Mr. Ryan said, a 14-year-old girl handcuffed because she had, when I addressed the school board on their issues, they said that the little girl was attacked by 3 people, videotaped and all. I told them, they said, well, school procedures is we suspend all parties. I said, school procedures don't mean nothing when it comes to the law. The law says, the Georgia Council Doctrine law says, when you are attacked, you have a right to stand your ground and not retreat. And that does apply to minors. The Constitution does not have an age limit. When you're born in this world, you have a constitutional right. So let's unite and let's make this bigger next time.
Brother Worth.
Yes. You getting my damsels raised up here, man. I got a question for you now. If you have all this information, and I know you do, what are you doing and what do you intend to do to educate the people of Waycross about their rights? Because a lot of young people, they are suffering. They're letting the police pull them over, search their homes, putting their groceries and stuff on the floor and out in the street because they don't know their rights. What are you doing, or what should we do to educate our young people so they won't be deaf, dumb, and blind to the times and unable to make intelligent decisions based on facts of the law?
Well, we're going to start doing educate the youth projects where people realize that educating the parents that you do have rights in the school system as parents. Absolute rights to know everything and anything, any questions that they have to your children, they must present to you. They are minors. As long as they're in the school system, you have rights. So we're going to start doing educated youth projects to not just to educate the public on general awareness of your rights and teenagers dealing with the police, because it seems like that's what they're doing now. They're attacking our children because the children don't know better. You know, they don't too much mess with the older people because they know there's some kind of repercussion. Let's say know them or something, they know they ain't gonna do nothing. You know, I had a police pull me over, and then when I showed him my ID, first thing he said, "Oh, go ahead." Oh, he knew about it, because the second question was gonna come out of his mouth was, "Can I search the vehicle?" No. Well, I can get a warrant. Get one. I got time to wait.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The police, listen, a routine traffic stop does not, the Supreme Court of Georgia and the U.S. Supreme Court case ruling that a routine traffic stop does not give the police proper cause to search your vehicle. He have to see something plain in view, illegal, in order to search your vehicle. So simply tell him no and do what I say. Pull out your phones as soon as he walk up to your door, and he gonna ask what you're doing. Videotaping you?
That's right.
Pull out your phones. The phone, when they gave black folks touchscreen phones with cameras and videos, Lord Jesus, yeah, they done messed up. Listen, I just recorded about 2 weeks ago, a school bus pulled over by city police. City police, that's county property, has no jurisdiction on county property. That's why you don't see the city police in the courthouse, because they don't have jurisdiction. Even though it's in the city limits, they don't have jurisdiction. That's the county.
That's right.
So he was on, and they pulled 2 minor kids off the bus. I right there videotaped. He looking crazy and took it right to the school board. And guess what? The school board was mad. The school board was hot, because them were my 2 children. I want to know why the police pulling them off the bus, questioning them.
Okay.
And the bus driver ought to be fired for allowing it. So I'm trying, y'all. As you can see, we can't count. I'm gonna just plain tell you, you can't count on the NAACP. I'm gonna tell you that now. You know, they have a new president, and I got good friends. Larry Locke is a good friend of mine, but there's no excuse for him not being here today. None whatsoever. And I'm definitely gonna call him and tell him about it.
Do you think it's because the new Black Panther Party is here?
Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe he's scared. They say they're terrorists. Do they look like terrorists to y'all?
I agree with the Black Panther. All 100%. Other day here when you was down when they were shooting, I sat back there and listened to what you were saying. You didn't know me. I didn't know you. I just pulled my car and listened to you. But you know what? The NPA, whatever you call it, they ain't shit. I'm keeping it real with you. Black Panther and our people need to get together and get us to act together. But the other shit, that ain't about nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing for us.